Hey everybody, howdy. I got happy news for you before we get into all of the crazy political news. Here it comes. My son was flunking out of college, so I told him, hey, you will marry the girl that I choose. He said, no. I told him she is Bill Gates' daughter. He said, yes. I called Bill Gates and I said, I want your daughter to marry my son. Bill Gates said, no. I told Bill Gates, my son is the CEO of the World Bank. Bill Gates said, yes. I called the president of the World Bank and asked him to make my son the CEO. He said, no. I told him my son is Bill Gates' son-in-law. He said, yes. And that's exactly how politics works, and thus began the practice of hiring morons to work in influential positions of government, and this practice remains unbroken to this day. Just kind of makes you want to salute, doesn't it? Hey, the attorney of a major California city says that her office will no longer use Twitter because of this troubling direction that the social media platform is moving towards, right? I mean, we have somebody that just might be free enterprise. He might be right-wing, and how dare he? And I'm no longer comfortable doing that, so I'm not going to anymore. And this is in San Diego. Big, important city. And she says, no more. Twitter's going in the wrong direction. What direction is that? You're still allowed to tweet and say what you want. Oh, I know. You no longer, your side of political morons, talking about morons, you no longer have control because you stop presidents from saying what he wanted to say, and you can't do that anymore. And it's troubling to you? Go away. Go hide in a field somewhere. That'd be good. Then you have the RCMP in Canada. They say, we are running short of officers to protect cabinet ministers from a growing number of threats. Okay, defund the police. That would be good. I mean, they're getting threats because the people are unhappy. Some people are just crazy, and I understand that. But mostly people are so frustrated, they don't know how to express themselves anymore, right? They used to express themselves by voting. That hasn't helped. And even the ones that voted for these guys, morons, let's use that again, third time. That's a good word, fitting. And everyone is bothered. Does it make it right when you go and threaten somebody? Of course it doesn't. But certainly they're doing it because of they're unhappy. So instead of maybe trying to get more help from police, although maybe you should too, I understand. But maybe you should try doing your job better. That would be good. I mean, in the U.S., there's apparently 10,000 threats to cabinet, to people, Congress and senators and so on per year. That's a lot. And again, I say the same thing. I mean, first look at your job performance. Why are people mad at you? Are you not doing something? Are you not doing something well? You're not doing something proper? Maybe you're not doing it right? What's going on? For instance, there's no labor shortage. In my view, everyone says, oh, we can't get help. What is the problem with that? Is there really a labor shortage? And governments are saying, well, let's bring in more people. Open borders, and Canada says we're going to bring in 500,000 people more a year because there's no one to work. Well, that's just not true. Well, it is true, I guess, but it shouldn't be true. It's because of government policies. It's not because everyone's sitting at home with nothing to do. I mean, hirings are motivated by the extra revenue a worker brings to the company. Okay, pretty simple stuff. And as long as the extra revenue exceeds the extra costs, hirings will continue. It boils down to what government policies will affect how much extra revenue a worker brings in and how much extra cost a worker generates. Again, I'm not an economist. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. When the government beats you up every day and takes all your money and makes it so hard for you to compete with them, because they're paying people to stay home and doing all this stuff. Their policies have destroyed the workplace. And their solution is because they don't have the vision. They can't even see what's in front of them, right? Their solution is let's bring people in from other countries. Not very nice. In Canada, you have spitting, people stalking, death threats, which has now become routine, as I've already mentioned, with members of parliament and so on. And people are saying, people within the government, how do we fix this? That's a little bit of repetition there. But this particular one kind of made me think about England, because England also is the same. It's at unprecedented levels. That's the wordage from the key police person there in England. Unprecedented. That's because people are unhappy. It's an unprecedented level of unhappiness. 10,000 threats against members of Congress in the last year. That's kind of shocking. That's a lot. How many is that a day? Do they deserve it? Of course not. But do they smarten up? Do they pay attention? Of course not. Not nice. Hey, y'all, come back. Gonna have more for you from the right 2 days from now. Hey, see ya.